Welcome to City Online. Well, today we are talking about that ongoing strike at York U. The union's rejection of the university's offer last night means that the academic year will most likely stretch into the summer. Premier Dalton McGuinty is sending in one of his top mediators to listen to both parties, but neither the university nor the union are willing to back down from their positions. Should the province step in and pass legislation to force striking workers back to their jobs? Give us a call, 416-870-7716 or 1-800-295-5463. Share your thoughts on this ongoing labor dispute. And you can also have your say by taking part in our phone poll. Here's our question today. Should striking York University employees be legislated back to work? If you say yes, call 416-870-2242. If you say no, call 416-870-4444, and we'll get the final results for you at the end of the show. And you can always interact with us by sending your emails to City Online, and that is how Jess reached us with this comment on today's topic. He writes, "This is an absolute embarrassment. McGuinty better step up to the plate and legislate them back to work, or I can guarantee there will be 50,000 plus more Conservative voters in Toronto." Okay, well, joining us live with more on today's topic is Conservative MPP Peter Sherman, and he just went like this when he heard that comment from our viewer. Catherine Devaris is here as well. She is the co-founder of the anti-strike Facebook group called York Not Hostage. And we also have Tyler Shipley at our City News Live Eye from CUPE, the union representing the striking workers. Welcome to City Online, everyone. Hi, Tyler.
Hey.
All right, Tyler, let's get you to explain, first of all, why were you advocating to your members to vote this agreement down? What was the reasoning for it?
Well, I mean, there were a lot of reasons. The deal that was put forward was premature. We had already taken it to our membership, and they had already said, over 500 of them had already said, this is not a settlement offer. Go back to the table and continue to work on getting something that we can actually ratify.
What's your problem with it? What was the problem with the deal?
Well, there's a few things, but I think the central issue that we're most concerned about, it relates to contract professors, people who've been teaching at York for over 10, 15, sometimes 20 years, who are asking for, a situation where they can, don't have to reapply for their job every time they teach a course. It's unthinkable that people who are fully qualified, often have PhDs, publications, conferences, all the qualifications and teaching pedigree, are still forced to reapply for every single course they teach.
All right, Tyler, I'll stop you there. Let's hear from you guys. What do you think, Catherine? How are you feeling? You're a student?
Yes.
How is this for you?
It's frustrating to say the least. There's no other word that I can possibly think of. I mean, on our Facebook group, as soon as the strike vote, as soon as the results were out, students had this renewed anger and this renewed frustration, and I think that they just really were putting a lot on this vote to get back to class. I mean, for us, we don't have any other invested interest in this other than, our education.
And your tuition money.
Yeah, and well, yes. And
okay. All right. Well, Peter, you've been hounding the government, saying that they're being lackadaisical, to say the least, on this issue.
I've been on them for 10 of the 11 weeks because you could see this coming. Tyler's union, while I respect collective bargaining, indeed am a union member myself for the last 35 years, I don't think that there is good faith here. He would argue on both sides. I say it's more on CUPE. CUPE has multiple agendas here. Not only that, you have to ask the question, this is 2009. Where is it you think you live? There are people getting pink slips all over this province. The economic problems of Ontario were there before the economic problems that are now besetting the world. We have to look at it realistically. There are people who are saying, I would be happy with a 0% raise if I could keep my job.
They're being offered?
They're being offered 9 and change, about 10% over 3 years. They want 11% over 2 years, and a number of other things that should be discussed. But at this point, we're talking about...
Because, Peter, your information is totally inaccurate. We're not asking for 11% over 2 years.
What are you asking for, Tyler?
What we're asking for is a wage increase of 4% for each of the next 2 years. And that's something we have said time and time again. Peter, I think I've said this to you. This is something that is negotiable. We're willing to talk about this. Wages are not a central issue in this strike.
I misspoke, and you're quite right. 4% a year, however, Tyler, you have to agree, is a little bit much at a time where people are just hoping to keep their jobs. So you've got that. And then the other aspect of it is Dalton McGuinty standing there and saying we want an expeditious and speedy end to the strike, so we're negotiating, we're basically appointing a super mediator. Hey, Dalton, it's 11 weeks.
weeks. How speedy is speedy?
Okay. All right, we have to stop you all there. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with your calls right after this. Stick around.